Okay, y'all. So we back talking about another episode of Beyond the Gates. Okay, so episode 8. As I told y'all, I was going to restart all of them. I'm starting over watching it until I catch back up to the regular episode. So yeah, episode 8. So let's talk about it. So in this episode, Ted, hold up. Did I want to talk about Ted first? No, I want to talk about Eva and Leslie. Okay, so Leslie and Eva is plotting, okay? So Eva is telling Leslie about how her first day at the job went with Nicole. Okay, she didn't have her running with Kat, okay? Miss Kat ain't fucking playing with her. So Kat read her ass down for filth, okay? Like, you know, Kat, she a diva, so she was like, yeah, Kat read her for filth, okay? So then she met Nicole. Nicole was just letting her know like the position is temporary or whatever, you know, but she like her qualifications and different things like that. So then she runs into Ted, okay, her father. So she was just like so shocked, like you could tell like this was her first meeting him. Like she was just like she didn't know what to do, what to say, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't have no idea that that was his daughter or anything like that. You know, he just basically, was just letting him know like how he loved his family and how grateful he is to have her, sitting in for the girl who got ran over by her mother, Leslie, okay, and all that. So then she went home because she met Ted. So she was like really shocked. So she was telling her mother like, yeah, Leslie, I had met him for the first time, but he didn't even know who I was. He act like he don't remember me. Like he didn't see no resemblance to me. Like then she started to get mad, and then she like, yeah, I'm so glad that we going through with this plan because Nicole don't know what she got and Ted should have never hurt you. Like basically what Leslie was telling her all her whole life of existence is that Ted left them for Nicole and the reason why they treated the reason why she don't have a father in her life is because of Nicole, right? But that's not the case, and we'll get to that later on in the episodes because I seen a little bit of that, and yeah, that shit was a lie. Like Leslie got a lot of shit with her, okay, period. So Eva was like, yeah, um, so Eva is definitely Ted's long lost daughter, but Leslie, like I said, used to mess with Ted back when he was in Maui or Hawaii, okay? And he ended up meeting Nicole at that same festival or whatever, at some type of little festival thing, but I don't think that he was really like dealing with Leslie like that. I think she was just like somebody he was just fucking for real. Like it wasn't nobody that he was like serious about or anything, and she just ended up getting pregnant, and she was supposed to, well, we didn't get to it, the episodes yet, but I'm just going to rule it because I seen it. But she was supposed to have took care of the baby and shit. So he is under depression that he don't have no other kids out there. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, so he so then after Eva was like all excited and stuff about everything, so then Eva accused her mother. She was like, well, it is kind of ironic, like how the girl got ran off the road and now she in the hospital and stuff like that because she was friends with this girl because Leslie is friends with the girl mother, okay? Like, they real close. I don't know if they besties or not, but they real close, and it was close enough to get Eva the recommendation for the job for Nicole, right? Because Nicole's a psychiatrist, and the girl was her secretary. So she was like, it's kind of funny how this just works right into our plans at the time and I just magically get this job and stuff like that. So she was accusing Leslie of running the girl over. And she was like, yeah, because I know you like to ride bikes and shit. So, did you do this? Like, is you up here hurting people just so I can get close enough to Nicole and them or whatever for your plan to work? And the mother completely denies it, but she was spot on. Like, she was clocking the shit out of it. Okay, like, period. So then let's talk about Martin and Smitty. So Martin, Smitty, Nicole, Martin, Smitty, Nicole, Kat, and what's his name? The father. I just said his name, but whatever. They all go to this little brunch or whatever, and then Martin is telling them that he wants to run for the president now. So I think he's already a congressman or something like that, and I think he's ready to run for president or something like that. And Smitty wants to get back into the media. Like, he wants to get back to doing the news and shit, you know. And he already made calls around trying to make plans, but he never ran it by Martin. Well, he did run a little bit by Martin and told Martin in the last episode, like, he wanted to get back out there into, you know, the media and stuff. But Martin was like, no, you're going to be a house man. You know, you're going to sit and watch our kids, and that's what you're going to do. You feel me? Like I said, Martin got his ass on lock, so he ain't trying to tell Martin that that's what he want to do for real. But that's going to be a problem between them two, because Smitty don't want to be locked up in the house no more. Like, he doing the parent thing. His kids are teenagers now. You know how it is when kids are teenagers. They don't be paying their fucking parents no mind like that, like how they used to when they was a lot younger. So he then did his share of being, you know, the proud papa. So he wants to, you know, venture off and do shit for himself that's going to make him happy, right? But Martin don't want him to do all that. So then we get to, who else we got next? Who else can we talk about next? Oh, so then we get into Jacob and his father. So Jacob is the cop who was married to Danny's oldest daughter, okay? And he was feeling kind of guilty or bad because of the fact that he didn't do anything about it when Danny had pulled that gun out, and he felt like, you know, he was a cop, so he should have did something about it. She should have got arrested or something. But he allowed the family to, like, just brush it under the rug or whatever without no consequences. And it just wasn't sitting right with him. And his father is the chief of police, or no, he's like the chief at the headquarters or whatever. So his father was just saying, like, you know, let it go. Like, you can catch many bad guys. Like, this wasn't your bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not sitting right with him, and he don't want to get into it with his wife because, you know, that was his mother who he agreed to come for real. So, or whatever. And then we get into the surgeon who was married to Vanessa. Okay, so he has a gambling problem. So him and Vanessa's relationship is like they don't have like a good relationship because he's always working at the hospital a lot of hours or whatever, and then on top of that he's gambling. So he lost like mostly all that money to gambling, and now he has to go and tell Vanessa that he spent all his money. So this is a secret that he's hiding from Vanessa, and then Vanessa ain't getting no attention from my man, so she out here having these little flings around town. Okay, so I can't wait to see when that shit gets out. But yeah, this is pretty much the rundown on what happened in this episode 8. So yeah, stay tuned. Let's talk about it. Tell me what y'all thought about it. And we're going to keep it going with the next episode.